Hey everybody, it's Biddy Mark here with another video. I just came to you guys with a couple days ago saying that I didn't have time to make videos, and then all of a sudden I just had an hour of free time, so here I am. I don't know even really what month I'm in. I think I'm in between 4 and 5 months now with my Microlocs on relaxed hair. Some of the major changes that I've seen are, just continued texture change at my roots. Like, I can feel that it's thicker. It feels more rough. Obviously my relaxed hair is loose and it's relaxed, so it's a little bit softer to the touch. My locks are really starting to thicken, get wider in diameter, and they also just feel even a little bit dry. I have been watching more of Damian Walter, his videos, and I am really considering the use of light conditioners in my hair. At this stage, absolutely not, because I'm not locked, and I just feel like that would set me back more than it would help me. But once my locks mature, I'm really going to do some serious thinking about the use of conditioner in locks, especially when you can feel that they are drier than your hair normally would be. On the one hand, abstaining from using any sort of products in your hair helps in ensuring that you won't have buildup, but I wonder if it's like, what's more important, like zero buildup and like super dry, brittle hair, or maybe taking the risk of using conditioner to add some moisture to the hair once you've stripped it with shampoo, and then seeing if the buildup happens. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that. And specifically what made me consider it is I went to his Instagram and he was doing some trims on some of his clients' hair, and on his clients' locks, and he cut the locks and there was absolutely nothing inside of the locks, like no buildup, no residue, no mildew, mold, no nothing like that. And so it started to make me think, like, there are certainly some conditioners that I think that we need to stay away from, but perhaps there are conditioners that can rinse away pretty well, and it's not going to hurt our locks to use them. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but it's something that I've been thinking about, especially as my roots are getting a little bit thicker and drier as the months go on. Aside from that, there really hasn't been too many changes. I haven't had any rough spots, which is a good. I did mention in one of my other videos that I was concerned about marrying, because I know with my first set of locks, where I had 250 small traditional locks, I dealt with merging and marrying at the roots a lot, and it was a lot to try to keep those locks separated. And so I had concerns like, man, I have more than twice as many as I did before. I'm gonna deal with a ton of marrying, and still I don't really deal with any marrying at my roots. My locks pretty much stay in their own lanes. Every now and then I may have one strand, 2 strands of hair that kind of migrates into another lock, but it's not anything like what I dealt with the first time around. And so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's another thing. I was going through my locks actually while I was setting these curls, and I wet my hair and just put them on the soft rollers, but while I was doing that I was kind of like finger combing it, and I felt like a snag and it like wasn't coming out, and I looked and it was like the relaxed part had started locking. And so that was interesting to me, because I know that there is this notion that goes around that relaxed hair can't lock, and I'm really starting to think that that's not the case. I think that relaxed hair can lock, which may be great news for some of you who have maybe invested in taking care of and growing their relaxed hairs, but are now looking to maybe start locks. And the general belief is that if you're going to start locks, you need to cut the relaxed hair off. I'm starting to think that that may not necessarily be the case based on my own experience. I have intentionally been keeping my relaxed hair loose. I mentioned before that I do brush my hair on occasion to remove any tangles that might be forming. But I think if I hadn't done that, and if I had established my locks from the root all the way down to the tip, I think they would be locking, to be honest. So that's something to think about, which it kind of goes against what we all kind of, at least what I have heard and what I have even been taught by professionals, is that relaxed hair can't lock. I don't know that that's 100% true. But outside of that, my locks are doing well. They're still forming really nicely. I enjoy my hair. I really, really am enjoying it. I know with my first set of locks, I definitely went through that awkward phase where I didn't really feel very comfortable in my own skin because my hair just wasn't really looking the way I wanted it to. And with this set of locks, I knew I just wasn't gonna do that. That's part of the reason I didn't lock my hair from root to tip. I just locked it on the natural part because I didn't like the way the starter locks looked on fine, relaxed hair. But in choosing to not do that, I have been able to enjoy my hair from the very first day that I established them to now. There hasn't been anything that I'm like, ooh, I look kind of strange, but I'm gonna hang in there because I'm trying to keep the long-term goal in mind. That just hasn't been the case. I really have enjoyed this process from start to finish. There hasn't been any part of it where I just look strange and my hair doesn't look great. Like it looks great all the time. And so I'm really thankful for that. It's made it a more enjoyable, pleasant experience for me. I did have a couple of moments where I was looking through Instagram and looking at my old videos, and I actually missed my first set of locks for the first time in several years. I'm like, I started the Microlocs, the ones that I wanted originally, and then there was a moment where I was like, man, I wonder what it would have been like had I hung in there and stayed with my first set of locks. Like, I don't know, yeah, I had a moment where I was missing them and I was like, man, should I combine all of these and, and go back to what I had before? But in the end, I decided not to do that. I'm gonna stick in there, hang in there with my Microlocs, because I know that in my heart of hearts, this is what I want. But I did have a moment, because I know some of you have asked me, do you miss your first set of locks? Do you ever regret it? I don't regret cutting it, but I have had some moments here and there where I miss them. They were a great set of locks. They were really beautiful, and I wonder what they would have looked like 4 years in. Which is where I would have been now. But anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions, specific questions about my journey and what's going on. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.